entertainmentbuddha.com.
Hey there, you zombie-loving freaks. Matt Heywood from entertainmentbuddha.com bringing you another bootleg stick figure recap of the latest episode of Fear the Walking Dead, which is titled, So Close, Yet So Far. And you know that's right. Alright, so let's get right to it. The episode opens with Madison's principal, Artie, walking the empty halls of the high school after everyone was released due to the virus outbreak that has swept the news scene due to the accident zombie video from last week's episode. This scene is definitely eerie and foreshadows the doom and gloom to come for the Fear the Walking Dead cast. We then find Alicia at her boyfriend Matt's house, who is moaning and groaning from an apparent sickness, but we soon find out that the dude has been bit, so unlike Alicia, we know he's fucked. Travis, Madison, and Nick are still in a panic after a hit and run with Cal, so they head over to Matt's house to gather up Alicia after they hear her say he's sick. Matt can sense the fear in her parents' eyes and commands her to leave him alone, not knowing that they'll never see each other again unless he decides to eat her brains. The four of them return home to find their neighbors in various stages of panic or denial. One neighbor is trying to host a kid's birthday party, while another, who appears sick, so he's fucked, starts doomsday prepping. Travis and his ex Liza fight over custody as Travis tries to track down his son Chris, who is on a bus in downtown LA in the thick of the beginnings of a riot over cops shooting a homeless man. Little does everyone know, the cops are just practicing wasting walkers, but the crowd thinks they're just abusing their power. Back at Madison's place, Nick begins his heroin withdrawal, so Alicia stays to watch over him while his mom goes to the school to steal some crack for him to maintain her Parent of the Year status. Travis is still looking for his son, but out of the corner of his eye, he notices a cop stockpiling water and gives him a dirty look like, "Yo, what the fuck? Clue us in on what the hell is going on." But he pusses out and moves on. Madison arrives at the school and breaks into a locker to steal some Oxycontin for her heroin addict son. But while doing so, Tobias, the creepy pimpled-faced kid from episode 1, walks in on her looking for the knife she took from him. Meanwhile, Nick is puking his liver up when Alicia tries to sneak away back to Matt's house with a thermos full of something that will do Matt no good, but Nick has a seizure to save the day instead. Back at the school, Tobias begins to educate Madison on the perils of an apocalypse. The dude is essentially a Walker Boy Scout as he lays out stages of looting and how fast civilization will fall. He's essentially the Jesus of the zombie apocalypse. While talking about morbid things, Artie the principal attacks them, and Tobias tries to stab him to death, but he doesn't know that you have to go for the head at this point. So Madison saves the day with her very first melee-based zombie kill. At the homeless guy protest, Travis and Liza finally find Chris just as all hell breaks loose. The cops blast another person who looks like a walker, so a riot breaks out, which forces Travis to hide in a barbershop owned by a dude named Daniel and his wife Griselda, and some hot babe named Ophelia, who is his daughter. Madison drops off her new boyfriend Tobias and offers for him to stay with her and her family, but he brushes her off like a pimp and tells her he'll be fine. And I actually believe him. Once home, Madison dopes Nick up on some drugs and then has a mental breakdown over killing Artie and the whole world seemingly going to hell in a handbag. As the episode closes, Madison and Travis touch base because they're now separated, and things aren't looking swell for either of their situations. Power and phone lines are going out, people are rioting, and some are even eating others now that they're zombies. Doomsday is definitely nigh for our new friend. The end. I really enjoyed the tone of this episode, which really helped to set the stage for what things were like leading up to the zombie apocalypse. The level of fear of the unknown is strong, which, as showcased in this episode, can drive humanity back to its carnal survival instincts. I did find it interesting to see how some families probably got separated when the shit truly hit the fan and civilization crumbled, thanks to Travis trying to protect both his old and new families. There's a good chance he and Madison could be split for some time, which is more than likely how things went for many of the other survivors we've come to know in the proper Walking Dead TV show. No one, well, it appears law enforcement does, still knows what is going on, which is causing civil unrest and panic to infect the minds of LA's inhabitants. I love the whole protest scene and how quickly it went to shit, which mimics real-life protests when civilians feel that the law is overstepping their boundaries. The homeless man riot essentially kicks off what appears to be LA's downfall into madness, which I could honestly see happening in real life if we ever come across a civilization-killing pandemic. Even though I called him a creep last week, I now have a renewed sense of love for Tobias, who's become the go-to guy for living in a zombie apocalypse. His scenes with Madison are the best ones in this episode, and his refusal to stay with her just goes to show you how big of a badass this pudgy little kid truly is. So close yet so far is a solid second foray into the world of Fear the Walking Dead, and now that all the main characters have been properly introduced, the personal tales should only get more in-depth from here. I also expect the gore level to increase as more and more people will be turned thanks to the violence of the riot. Brains, anyone? Thanks for watching. This is Matt Heywood signing off for EntertainmentBoo.com, where we make you a better geek, one post at a time. Brains.